What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. This story is called Entitled Mother Shoves Me During a School Play Because I Was Yelling. Note, this is my first post here. I read the rules, and this lady is a parent, even though her kid isn't a big part of the story. If this doesn't fit here, please tell me, then I'll remove it. Beware, this is a very long story, so get comfortable. A bit of backstory. I am American, and when I was around 8, me and my family moved to England. A few years later, I am now around 9 to 10, we moved to a new area, and of course, that meant I was starting at a new school. My family moves almost yearly. They like to explore and are constantly looking for the perfect house, so I am very used to starting fresh and making new friends. A few weeks before, we got to go look around the school I was starting at. It was a very small school. Everyone knew each other, all the teachers helped out in all the classes, things like that. I got to meet all the teachers that worked there. There was KS1T, or Key Stage 1 teacher, KS2T, Key Stage 2 teacher, or my teacher, headmistress, and office lady. Then there were 2 teacher's assistants that offered to help around the classroom. One of them is our entitled mother at the school. I joined KS2's class mid-January, and everything was normal for the first few days. Classmates were nice as usual, teacher was dumb AF as usual. There was one kid that was very dumb and never listened as usual. Everything seemed fine. After a few days, we had a sunny day for once. I was so used to America's hot summers and snowy winters. England is just rain, rain, and more rain. KS2T decided to make use of the rare sun and said, "Today is PE class." Remember, small school, no gymnasium. I was excited, and then it was revealed that our PE teacher would be none other than one of the TAs. Nice teacher's aide was busy, so that left entitled mother. She was your average Karen, perfect haircut, dyed blonde with the roots slightly showing, nails like a bird's talons, sunglasses even though it was January, and she acted as if she was the most perfect human being. I often heard her talking about her child. She spoke as if the kid was created by angels and given to her as a gift from heaven. We were told that after we warmed up, we were going to play a game called Bulldogs. Everyone got excited except me. I had no clue what this game was. I told entitled mother that I had no idea what she was talking about, and she didn't like that. She said, "Be tough and figure it out." As we were warming up, I scratched my knee on a rock. It was a minor cut, but I was like 9 or 10. Entitled mother said stop being a child, even though I was one, and that she would toughen me up. Once warmed up, we started setting up for the game Bulldogs. This girl called Tina, she's very important later on, explained the rules, and told me that she was in the sports club that entitled mother runs. The game was simple. There is a person who is the bulldog. If they touch you, you are a bulldog too. Everyone else runs back and forth across 2 lines on the playground. Behind the line, you are safe. As I was running, I tripped and fell, but I tucked my head down and rolled forward back onto my feet and kept running. Entitled mother was ecstatic. She kept yelling, "Go OP! I told you I would toughen you up!" But she didn't teach me that. My dad had showed me that when I lived in America. My dad was a self-defense teacher. All week, she bragged to the real teachers on how she showed me how to be tough. I think she just wanted them to offer her a full-time job. The main story, sorry for the long backstory, I just thought it was necessary. So a few months later, we started learning about William Shakespeare. We researched all about him, and we were told by my teacher that we would be going to a huge theater to perform the play, A Midsummer's Night Dream. I was so excited because I got the lead female role, and because my parents were coming to watch. My teacher and headmistress were explaining to us about how the performance day was going to go. Headmistress said she would be watching the performances from the audience and that my teacher would be backstage along with entitled mother, who had decided to come help us. On the day of the performance, we had to get to school early and come with a packed lunch and dinner. Tina asked me if I wanted to sit with her during the bus ride. She seemed very nice. We chatted the whole ride to the theater. It took around 3 hours to get there, and she even let me sit by the window because I got travel sick. Once at the theater, we met with other schools that would also be performing a play. We would be doing 2 performances, one at around 4 p.m. and one near 9 p.m. Tina and I were so excited. We sat together and ate our lunch while my teacher ran through the plan one last time before the performance. Do you remember me mentioning the dumb kid that never listened in class? Well, turns out he is the angel that is entitled mother's child. This entitled kid came up to me and kept saying how his part of the play was much better than mine. Here's the conversation.
Hey you, OP, I bet you never guess what part of play I have. I bet it's so much better than your part.
Really? What part do you have? I have lead female role.
I have,
Insert really small, useless part.
it's the main male role.
Actually, my brother and his friends have the main male roles, but yours is very nice. Later on, I found out that he had the smallest part because he couldn't remember the lines.
No fair, your part isn't better, my part is the best.
Then he stormed off to find Entitled Mother and complain or something. Zoe performed our first play, and most things went smoothly. One boy that was really shy forgot his lines, but I had memorized the whole script, so I helped him. I had a lot of fun until we silently walked off stage. We were told that it was crucial to be absolutely silent while we walked off because other schools would be starting their performance. When we came off the stage, we were meant to follow my teacher to the dining hall to eat our dinner. I was at the back of the line with Tina in front of me. The kids on stage were very loud while performing, so Tina took the opportunity to tell me how fun it was performing. She slowed her pace, so we were walking with our shoulders touching, and we continued whispering about the play. What we didn't know was that Entitled Mother was behind us, and when she heard us talking, which I'm not sure how she did because we could hardly hear each other, she got angry. Like Ultra Karen, I need the manager angry. Entitled Mother grabbed our arms with her Ultra Karen talon grip and yanked us apart. Then I felt the talons again and she shoved me forward. I went flying forward and made a loud bang on the concrete floor while trying to keep my balance. I was in shock. Tina looked horrified. Entitled Mother was still angry. I just stood up and rushed back to the dining hall with Tina close behind. My teacher was upset that we were late getting there and didn't listen to me about Entitled Mother. I ate in silence. Then I went to Tina to talk about what Entitled Mother did and to make sure I wasn't dreaming. This is the conversation that followed. Me still in shock. Tina, Entitled Mother shoved us. That happened. What should we do?
She really only pushed you a little, and I don't want her to get in trouble.
Don't want her to get in trouble. She pushed us. She needs to be, fired or something.
No, please, she's usually nice. You don't know her as well. I'm on a sports team, don't tell anybody.
Sorry, but my parents are knowing. She's going down. Tina walked away, clearly upset with me. I went through the rest of the day as if it was a normal day. My excitement was gone. I was like a robot. The other girls in our class asked if I was okay, and I said I was fine. We finished the second performance and packed our things. My parents picked me up at 11 p.m. As soon as I woke up the next day, I told my mom about Entitled Mother. She was stunned. When I arrived at school, I saw both my parents go into the office. They had a long chat with office lady and headmistress. They were still there at lunchtime, and I was very glad that it was raining that day. That meant no PE with Entitled Mother. The next day, Tina was taken out of class to talk with headmistress. She came back half an hour later. Then it was my turn. I walked out of that classroom like a badass warrior that was about to kill a man, calm and confident. Headmistress led me to her office to talk. I was not ready for what she said. Here is the conversation. If you don't think Entitled Mother is entitled yet, wait till you read this.
OP, I am very disappointed in you for lying. It's really not like you.
What are you talking about?
You had your parents come in and talk to us about how we are terrible teachers and how we let Entitled Mother push you, but both Tina and Entitled Mother have denied your accusations.
What? I'm not lying. Entitled Mother did push me, and Tina's lying too.
I don't think Tina would lie about not being pushed if she was, and you hurt poor Entitled Mother's feelings.
In pure disbelief, I say, what?
When I talked to Entitled Mother about what happened, she burst out crying. She said all she did was try and be nice to you and help you with your schoolwork, but you continued to spread rumors about how mean she was, and that you told Entitled Kid that his part in the play sucked.
I was totally stunned. I had never heard such stupid and unbelievable crap in all my life. And there's more. She's lying, I swear. Entitled Mother and Tina are lying.
Why would Entitled Mother and Tina both lie, and then make up more lies about what happened? Also, Entitled Kid confirmed what his mother said. I am very disappointed in you, OP. This discussion is final. Go back to class.
I glared at her with all the hatred in my soul, then went back to class. Luckily, it was math class. I am very skilled at math, so I had no trouble catching up. As soon as I got home, I repeated the conversation headmistress and I had to my parents. Let's just say they were furious. My parent complained like there was no tomorrow, and I got an apology from headmistress for accusing me of lying and for not believing me without the full story. After math, sadly, entitled mother was still a teacher's aide, and she now hated my guts. Entitled mother acted as if we had this unspoken war going on. She constantly tried to make me look dumb. She did things like correcting my American accent, and when I raised my hand for help, she would loudly say,
"Oh, P, you don't know how to do this?"
It was annoying. I finished the year there and then left. Tina and I are no longer friends. Turns out, she is an entitled brat too. I later heard that my teacher quit, that entitled mother is still a teacher's aide, and entitled kid is still dumb as frick. Let's just say, I was very glad to leave. How did you like my story? I know it's long, but I like long stories. I have a lot more tales to tell about this school, like when Tina and her entitled boyfriend broke up. Please comment on my style of writing. I'd like to know what you think. My mom says I have a very entertaining way of using words. Also, this is 100% true except the names, of course. Goodbye from OP, someone that has too many entitled stories. Personally, I liked how it was written. However, the cast names were unnecessarily complicated. Like, what the hell? The KST, Ketamine, KSI, Logan Paul, Logang, Jake Paulers for life. Yeah! This story's called Entitled Mom Takes My and My Twin Sister's Birthday Money to Use for Herself and Her Kid. Okay, here is a little information. I have a twin sister and we were born on our dad's birthday. So every year when we were kids, our local radio station had a drawing that you could call and put your name in if it was your birthday. Well, since there were 3 of us with the same birthday, we usually won because we had more chances and there weren't that many people put in the drawing. Usually we got a gift card to a food place with enough for 2 on it, and my dad would let my sister and I use the gift card while he used his own money to buy food from the same place. This certain year, however, they gave out a $200 gift card to a big boardwalk that was about an hour or so away. The gift card really could have worked anywhere, but it had the big picture of the boardwalk on it, so that's where my dad and my stepmom, aka entitled mother, decided we were going. That was fine with my sister and I because we liked road trips and we liked this particular boardwalk. Intro to the story. My dad, entitled stepmom, twin sister, entitled stepbrother, and my other siblings, there were 6 kids in all, go to the boardwalk to celebrate. When we get there, my stepmom, entitled mom, immediately takes charge and leads us to where she wants to go. We go to this little store that sells incense and candles, and she buys herself some incense sticks with the gift card. That's fine, it was only like $10. So we go to one of the clothing stores there, and my stepmom is slightly overweight, so my sister and I knew this store was for us because she couldn't fit into anything there. She tells us to pick out something we want, so we both find something that is about $20 each, and she says,
"No, $8 or less."
We put the items back, and we find scarves for $5 each, so we both pick one out, and my stepmom purchased them with the gift card. We go to a few more stores where no one buys anything, and then we go to eat, spending about half of what's left on the gift card. That part was fine, because we knew that the gift card would have been used to buy food for everyone. Then we go to this big toy store where they have toy drones to fly around. My stepbrother tells my stepmom that he likes one, so she buys it. It was around $20, and she used the gift card. His birthday was 2 months before ours, and he got everything he asked for. Now she bought him this on our birthday with the gift card that we won. Next, we go to the arcade where my dad spends about $20 to play games for an hour or so. This leaves about $40 on the gift card, so we're thinking that maybe we will get to use the last little bit to get everyone ice cream or dessert of some sort. We were only sort of right. My stepmom takes the gift card and goes into this big chocolate store, and she uses all of the $40 to buy herself chocolate. We asked, could we at least have a piece? And she said,
"No, y'all got your scarves earlier."
All in all, that birthday sucked. And to make it even better, on the way home, we stopped at McDonald's. so my stepmom could get a frappe, and we all asked her if we could get those $1 ice cream cones, and she told us no because she didn't have enough money and she needed the coffee, which didn't make sense because my dad was driving. Edited to add, my dad didn't say much. It was his birthday too, but he just let it happen because he's not one for confrontation. I'm older now and I no longer speak to him or my stepmom. I have a kid of my own, and she deserves better than to be treated that way by my stepmom and to be put to the side like my dad did to me. So, man, that's kind of sad. Usually with these kinds of stories, you see some sort of, a good thing happen in the end. So that's sad. It sucks when step-parents don't treat their stepchildren like their own children. You might think that's a lot to ask for, but if you're gonna be in a relationship with someone who already has their own children, that's something you're gonna have to accept and embrace. And if you get married to the point of them becoming your stepchildren, that should have already been a thing. You should have already accepted them as your own kids because they are. Y'all are part of the same family and you're their maternal figure now. So you gotta step into that role and not stop with that stupid preferential treatment between your children, because they're all your kids, no matter what. You're married. People really need to be careful who they marry when they have children. Make sure that that person they're marrying doesn't act like your standard depiction of a stepmom or a stepdad, which is usually bad. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.